Welcome back to the Refined Lad, guys. Today my topic is going to be on relationship polarity. That being said, class is in session. I hope you have your notebook out because we are going to bust right through this. Relationship polarity and polarity in general is something that I wish I knew years and years ago. And it's important for me to tell you guys this now and get it through to your head, these concepts, because they will answer to you why she's acting the way she is, why he's acting the way he is. It must be, you hear a lot of people say, it must just be a girl thing. It must just be a guy thing. What actually has nothing to do with that. We're not going to go into genders or sexes. I won't discuss that today. But basically, if we take two magnets, let's revisit third grade class real quick. You take two magnets. As you can see, both sides are red. They repel one another. I can force them together, but they're not compatible. If I take one side that's black and one side that's red, they stick together. Imagine that. The concept goes the same with relationship polarity. You usually have somebody in a relationship, doesn't matter what kind it is, who is either predominantly masculine or predominantly feminine. We are all masculine and feminine in nature, and we resort back and forth to each other. The issue that needs to be distinguished is when one is more overpowering than the other, and that's not their role to play. So what I have here is a whiteboard that explains some concepts here for you guys, and I'm going to go over them briefly. Masculine is very decisive. The masculine energy, you know what you want and you go after it. If we look here on the other side, the feminine is very indecisive. If you ever gone in a store with your girlfriend, let's say you've taken her to a candy shop and you asked her to pick out some candies that she liked. Well, now it's been 30 minutes and she's decided, I can't decide which one. I want them all. And you say, well, honey, I can't buy you the entire store. It's not happening. And she'll say, well, okay, well, which one do you think I should get? This is because feminine energy is naturally indecisive. Go down here, we have a strong sense of purpose with the masculine. The masculine energy thrives. It is gaining momentum. It is propelled by strength and action. It is paramount that it is always in motion. This is why men, especially in relationships, a great example would be if you're texting a girl and the girl is kind of waiting it out to see if you are needy, the man will still act. He's like, I gotta say that one thing to her. I gotta do that one thing for her because then she'll forget me. This is due to our nature. This is something that we need to learn to control. On the other end, the woman has a strong sense of love and affection. The feminine will always seek love and affection. She is not seeking purpose. The feminine does not seek purpose usually. It seeks nurturing, affection, love, affirmation, validation. If we go down to the masculine on the other end here, we see that it is assertive. Sometimes men are described as being aggressive. And we're not talking about the verbally abusive or abusive aggressive. We're talking about just aggressive. You go after it, you know what you want, and you get after it. The woman is non-assertive. She's passive. Feminine energy is passive. And when I'm referring to woman, I'm just saying, obviously, like I said, masculine and feminine, we interchange, but predominantly, the feminine energy resides within a female, unless she has to step into masculine energy, which is not something you want either. The last thing, these are gold mines. I want you to read them very carefully. Men are logic-based. I will repeat again. Men are logic-based. What this means is we are not driven by emotion. This is why sometimes when women ask us questions and they're upset that we don't have an emotion or we don't show any signs of affirmation, it's because we are still processing it in our mind and we are trying to take a logic-based approach to what we are about to say. Then there's the other half of us that say some dumbass remark that usually gets us in trouble. Cutting off this list, I want to go to the feminine. And if you understand this, you are ahead of 75% of people in this world. Women feel. The feminine energy feels. It is all about what is good in the moment. It is all about how I feel in the moment. How does he make me feel? When she goes out with her girlfriends, let's say she goes on a first date, she meets up with them, they ask what he was like. What are the first words that she says? Well, he made me feel this way. He did this for me. I have butterflies. This is something that every man should wrap his head around. It is how she feels in the present moment. Feminine energy feels. Remember, it needs affirmation, validation. It wants to be nurtured. If you have and retain these keys, even though this is just the basic concept of polarity, I'm telling you, you will be very far in life. This will spill over into your relationships. This will spill over into your friendships, your marriage, and will help you become more conscious and aware of your thoughts, actions, desires, and overall patterns. Stay frosty, boys.